We'll see how this week's top 10 we're going to look at. But before we get into the top 10, we have some activity outside. Okay. All right. Outside the top 10 this week, also, this is TurnTable Charts, the only aggregate chart system in Nigeria. All right. Outside the top 10 this week, we have Shay Vibes having 5 entries in the region of number 11 to number 20. Okay. He has 5 entries in that. One of them is Up with Trippy Red at 12. Universe is at 14. Fuji Party with Olamide is at number 16. Tortoise Mambo is at number 18. Mario Kart is at number 20. It has peaked at number 6. It has peaked at number 6 on the chart already. The 4 remaining tracks on the album rank within the top 50 are Famous Pluto, Onto the Next with Zeri DL, which starts at number 19. Ruga, Muhammad Ali, Can't Relate, launches at number 21. When the Calls Them Go Pay, debuting at number 25. Any thoughts, any feelings of the activity
did you
outside?
Say Migos?
Yes, man. Migos, I hear Famous Pluto, Zeri.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said like Shay Vibes Migos. I was confused.
No. That would be crazy. It's Mario Kart there.
Migos.
Yeah, exactly. All right, man, let's move up to this week's top 10. At number 10 this week, we have Fola's You, descending from number 5 to number 10 after reaching a peak of number 2 on the top 100. It has spent a total of 15 weeks in the top 10 of the official singles chart in Nigeria, making it one of the longest top 10 singles of the year. I'm curious what could be longer than You this year, because 15 is quite the number. But anyway, we'll get to that after with Turntable. But anyway, man, that's number 10 for this week, Fola with You. Moving up to number 9, we have another song that is dropping a few spots. Ira Star and Rema, Who's That Girl, dropping from number 4 to number 9 this week after peaking at number 2 as well on the chart. All right, at number 8, ladies and gentlemen, we have a debut from Shay Vibes. Fujimoto debuts at number 8 on the top 100 with 3.09 million on-demand streams, making it number 2 on streaming. And negligible radio activity during the tracking week. It is Shay Vibes' 24th top 10 entry on the official singles chart. All right. Cool. Let's get into number... Where are we? Number 7. All right. At number 7 this week, we have Shay Vibes yet again. This time around with How Are You? It rebounds from number 13 to a new peak of number 7 on this week's chart. It has spent 4 weeks on the chart, including 2 weeks in the top 10. All right, that's Shay Vibes with How Are You at number 7. Moving up to number 6. Okay, at number 6, we have Shay Vibes yet again. This time around with Pressure featuring French Montana, jumps from number 50. Okay, number 50 to number 6 on this week's chart after tallying 3.07 million on-demand streams, making it number 3 on streaming, and 6.57 million in radio reach, making it number 116 on radio. The song previously peaked at number 1 on the official top 100 as a solo entry. However, French Montana is credited on this week's entry as it accounts for the largest share of the total chart points. Pressure with French Montana is regarded as a remix of the solo version, as it does not contain enough original entry to qualify as a different version. All right. This week's number 5, we have a song falling from number 3 last week. Okay, DJ Maporisa, DJ Tunes, and Wizkid's Money Constant with Mavo falls from number 3 to number 5 on this week's chart. It peaked at number 3 last week and tallied 1.96 million on-demand streams, making it number 13 on streaming, and 47.3 million in radio reach, making it number 5 on radio. during the tracking week of November 14th to 20th this year. All right. That's this week's number 5, Money Constant, Maporisa, Marvel, Wizkid, DJ Tunes. All right, moving up to number 4. We have a debut yet again from guess who? Sheyi Vibes. Okay, this one is with Ama. Okay, Ama debuts at number 4 with 3.18 million on-demand streams, making it number 1 on streaming, and 7.12 million in radio reach, making it number 104 on radio. It is the highest charting track of Sheyi Vibes' Fujimoto on this week's Top 100. It becomes Sheyi Vibes' 25th Top 10 entry on the official singles chart this in total, essentially. All right, that's number 4 this week. Moving up to number 3, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting there. At number 3, we have a former 8-week number 1. All right, Rema's Fun. Okay, drops from number 2 last week to number 3 on this week's chart. It drew 59.8 million in radio reach, making it number 1 on radio for the 10th week, by the way, and 1.83 million on-demand streams, making it number 15 rather, on streaming. All right. That's this week's number 3, Rema with Fun. And moving up to the top 2 this week on Nigeria's only aggregate chart system, we have to look at top 10 again for a quick recap. At number 10, we have Fola with You. Number 9, Who's That Girl with Ira Star and Rema. Number 8, Sheyi Vibes with Fujimoto. Number 7, Sheyi Vibes with How Are You. At number 6, Sheyi Vibes with Pressure featuring French Montana. At number 5, we had Money Constant by DJ Maporisa, DJ Tunes, Wizkid, and Marvel. At number 4, Sheyi Vibes again with Ama. And number 3, Fun by Rema. And at number 2, ladies and gentlemen, we have a former number 1, CK and Marvel, Body Dance, Slips. From number 1 to number 2, after topping the charts for 2 weeks, it tallied 2.55 million on-demand streams, making it number 7 on streaming, and 56.2 million in radio reach, making it number 3 on radio. That was this week's number 2, CK Marvel with Body Dance, which then brings us to this week's number 1. Drum roll, ladies and gentlemen. Lost Boy. It's time to celebrate, okay? It's time to jubilate as the Purple Ranger himself shows up yet again. He might be the landlord at this point. We have Omale with Waste, debuting at number 1 on the official Nigeria Top 100. All right, Omale's Waste launches at number 1 on this week's official Top 100 with 59.3 million in radio reach, making it number 2 on radio, and 2.73 million on-demand streams, making it number 5 on streaming. As a result, it becomes Omale's 7th, okay, get that, 7th number 1 entry on the official singles chart in Nigeria. This goes with Godly, which spent 11 weeks at number 1, Forever Remix with Jackie, which spent 4 weeks at number 1, Understand, which spent 3 weeks at number 1, Reason, which spent 2 weeks at number 1, Holy Ghost, which spent 3 weeks at number 1, and With You, which spent 6 weeks at number 1. Waste marks Omale's 5th number 1 song on Song 2 debut at number 1 of the singles chart in Nigeria. Omale's Waste marks the first number 1 entry on the 2026 chart year, following the completion of the 52-week period of 2025 chart year last week. All right, interesting. The year-end charts for 2025 will be revealed starting from this week with the top 100 biggest songs of the year across all platforms. All right, Waste will count as number 1 entry on the 2025 calendar year. You mean 2026, basically.